just going to try and add it up here on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. League All About It returns. Had a bit of a break from the middle of July to now the 2nd of August, and really some really eye-catching results. A lot of teams, I think, were fighting for survival down the bottom. There's the gap has been narrowed at some of the top of the division as well. Hello, you're live now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well. So a bit of technical difficulties there with the screen. But yeah, we are live. We're brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, external cleaning services in Louth and Meath. As I was saying, we have a big fight at the top of a lot of the tables and a massive scrap at the bottom of Division 1 and 2. And it's kind of clarifying down in Division 3A. We haven't got a 3B game. That'll be played in the final round. That is in the Saturday week. So there'll be a League All About It show this Saturday. I've previewed the Louth Hurling final as well. That's out now. Spotting the team's weaknesses. We got Meninas, Darren O'Hanrahan and Stephen Yor to preview that game. Sign up. It's always a good time to sign up. Patreon.com/Louth and Proud along the bottom of the ticker here. Because start of the month and you get all the content because we have champ pods coming. They are all coming in. The week after next, we have every single team analysed, every team's chances, another segment as well. We'll be doing the predictions, we'll have previews, and we'll have all the red stars also. Right, so where do we go tonight? The usual. Let's talk about let's get the results out there. Let's see what happened in the games, and then we will do a performance of the night towards the end and how it impacts the table, because my God, there's some serious impacts here as well, some serious turnarounds, especially in Division 2. Right, in Division 1, top 6, Newtown Blues 3-12, the Mocktas 1-13. I'll say it at the end. Maddock Rangers 1-9, RD St Mary's 3-20. The Brides and the Jocks will be played on Thursday night. Division 1, bottom 6. Sean O'Mahony 7 points. Geraldines 1-10. That's a win for the Gers. The Pats 2-12. The Dreadnoughts 12 points. That's an away win for the Pats. And the Fechins 1-17. Cooley 7 points. Big second half there from the Fechins. I'll tell you, did all the scoring and returned in that shortly. Division 2, top 6. Roach 1-10. The Rallies 4-10. The Gales, they were at home to Hunterstown and they were beaten 2-11 to 2-7. Still waiting on the Hunterstown goal scorers. Send that in to me if you have it. The Kevins, they won at home 16 points to 1-9 over Dundalk Young Irelands. I will tell you what way that affects the table very shortly. The Joes 2-17. They're back to winning ways against the Plunkets, who hit 13 points on the night. The O'Connells 2-15. Kilkerley Emmett 15 points. So a 2-goal advantage win swing there for the O'Connells. I'll tell you who got the 2 goals shortly. And then the Clans beat the Finbars 2-8 to 8 points. Finbars hanging on there for their survival. I'll talk about that shortly. Glen Emmett, they're not hanging on to anything. They're going to look to, they have one hand on the Division 3A trophy, having won it last year. They're going to win it back to back. They won tonight 2-21 to 1-7 winners over the Westerns. I'm waiting on the Westerns goal scorer. I think it was a defender. I think it was a half back. But Lanlear, they won 4-15. They beat the Mals 4-15 to 2-8. And the Piercy and the Clyde game was called off. That's played. It's going to be played next Wednesday, the 10th of August, due to bereavement in the Talonstown club. Right, let's go to Division 1. Just before I do say that, a lot of away wins tonight. There's more away victories tonight. So lads are in that holiday mood. They want to like travelling and going to different venues and across the county in the good weather. So that seemed to be, there's no problem with lads travelling tonight. So you had 4 out of 6 wins in Division 2. And then you had 3 out of 5 wins in Division 1. And then 1 out of 2 in Division 3A. The Blues 3-12 to 1-13 winners. So that means with that win, it's just the Blues have kind of knocked the Mocktas off that 3-way race at the top. An early goal for Kieran Downey that made it 1-5 to 5 at half time. I think that's Kieran Downey's 3rd goal, 3 goals in a row in this top 3 phase 2, top 6 phase 2. We got 3 goals. You got a goal against Matt, a goal against the Brides, and now against the Mocktas. The Mocktas in that really, really heavy game in terms of the top of the table clash. Decky and Casey kept Democracy in it. Jerry Garner got a couple of points as well. But a late Danny Kinlan goal kind of got after Declan McNamara found an F for the Blues. It looked like it was going to be Democracy was going to be coming out there with a point or with something from the game. There's only 2 points in it. But a late John Commode goal sealed the victory for the Blues, who are still at the top of the table. RD, they're still at the top of the table as well. They had a big win over Mattock Rangers. They had 2 early goals, Johnny Cummins and Kiki Keenan. Kiki Keenan was taken off at half time. They were winning quite handsomely, 2-10 to 5 points at half time. Darren Clark got the third goal, and Mattock got a late consolation goal there as well. So it's a big win for RD. They seem to be going quite well. And then the Brides and the Jocks, that would be played on Thursday, but I think it looks now to be it was a 3-way race at the top of Division 1. Now it looks like a 2-way race. At the bottom of Division 1, massive 6-pointer between 6 points, because all points are worth 3 points. If you go on the Loud GA website, the points aren't updated, so do yourself a favor for not getting worked up over getting tick or angry in the sun or the heat, because the points still have to be updated. I'll fill you in towards the end of the podcast. But yeah, a massive 6-point win. 1-6 the Fechins led at half time. Neil Hodgie with the goal, the first half goal, and they were against the win, and they came out and really dominated, reducing Cooley to only 1 point, one Brian White point in the second half. But it was all about the return players for the Fechins. I think 12 of their scores came from lads who returned, like Ryan Walsh and Rowan Holcroft. They've combined for 11 apiece, and Niall McDonald in the goal as well. So that's 12 points out of your tally. But 11-1 in the second half, was just serious scoring for the Fechins, and they really needed that. They now leapfrog the Dreadnoughts, and Cooley are kind of down there at the bottom now as well. But they leapfrog the Dreadnoughts because the Dreadnoughts were beaten tonight 2-12 to 12 points, and maybe 2-13 to 12, not fully confirmed yet the final score. But an early Cathal Grogan goal sent the Pats on the way, and he was in serious form. He finished in 1-5. Looked like Peach and Peppy were getting the Dreadnoughts back into a Craig Shevin as well, got it down to a point. But then Aidan McCann gets a late goal, and then 2 late points from Cathal Grogan, who did bring his tally up to 1-5 in the finish. And that was enough. The 2 goals was the difference in the end in both halves. And that's a big win for the Pats as well, who are hitting really nice form at the right time ahead of championship as well. Shane Rogers got a point for the Geraldines in the first half. Very low scoring half. They led the Gerrars 4-2 at half time. James Craven got 2 points. The Mannies came right back and actually led in the second half. But then Beanon Corrigan level with a 45. And then Jim McEnany sealed the victory, and the precious points with a penalty. That could look at they could kind of breathe a little bit easier now, the Geraldines. Sorry, I'm a bit of connection issues with the with Instagram, but do bear with me. I will keep that going. It's not me putting it off. So now, right, Division 2, the top 6, the Rallies 4-10. They're hitting, speaking of teams hitting form at the right time, they went down to Ratduff tonight and they led from the off. Kyle McElroy was superb, finishing 1-6 over. He got the first half goal with Barry, Barry Flanagan, the first of his 2 goals tonight. They led 2-4 to 5. The 2 Bournes scoring quite well. Glenn Stewart got a couple of points as well for Roach. Second half, Ben Rogan and Barry Flanagan got a second goal. Mark Bourne got a goal in response, I suppose it was consolation, because it was a 9-point win for the Rallies, who are really flying up. They are flying up the table. I will talk about that in a second. But the Gales, they were winning at half time, 1-5 to 1-4. J.O. Clark got the first goal for the Gales, and they look to be right. They're going to get themselves back into winning ways, but that's 3 losses now in a row in phase 2. And look at they're still in with a fight, but their promotion tilt is really, really crumbling. Sean McCann got the second half goal, but it was Hunterstown's Ryan Burns, who else got both of the Hunterstown goals. Thanks for sending that in. So they won 2-11 to 2-7. They're kind of in the hunt. It's kind of a 4-way race, but really and truly it's a 3-way race, because the Kevins are playing some stuff. They won 16 points to 1-9. Lee Crosby got half of their tally, 8 out of 16 points. Shane Mead got 3 as well. Adam Cromwell got 1. TJ Doheny as well. I'm still waiting on the Irish goal scorer. I thought it was sent in, but I must have seen it in error. But yeah, the Irelanders are finishing low in that top six, and they'll probably still have time to get themselves ready for championship. But the Kevins have really took a really big jump tonight. I'll tell you about the way the table lies now shortly. But the bottom of Division 2, the Joes had a big win, 217 to 13 points over the Plunkets, who are still in that second from bottom place. Dara Smith and Conor Neary got the 2 goals. It was Craig Doherty got a bulk of the scoring done for the Joes, and Conor Early was fairly good. Big second half. They were winning 2-10 to 3, I think, in the first half, the Joes. So a big win there for the Joes, but a really good start that laid the foundations there for victory. The O'Connell's 215 to 15 points. It looked like Kilkerley were coasting early on. Fionn Comesky and Tyg McEnany get a couple of scores, but then Dean Stanfield gets a goal to send the cat among the pigeons, and they never look back, the O'Connells, after that. Robert Quigley gets a second half goal as well to make it look like the O'Connells were going to come back, or make it look like Kilkerley were going to come back into it. But that's it. The O'Connells get and that's a big win. That pushed them right up the table. And speaking of right up the table, the Finbars seem rooted at the bottom of the table. They won't be escaping relegation or relegation playoff this season. That's the best. The way the points are, 2 games remaining, the best they can hope for is a relegation playoff, and they will have a chance because they played the Plunkets in the very last game. But the Clans won 2-8 to 8 points, probably made hard work of it, but goals from Craig Long and Billy Smith, I think, got the first one. Who else is you in that game, in that win? And then the Glen Emmets, they just hit some serious scores, 221 to 1-7. Still waiting on that Western score. I know it's a half back, maybe one of the Murrays. Let me see. I just have it here. But Keelan O'Neill got a goal, and Alex Carlin, 2 lads who featured on that Division 3A team. They're more or less there. The Glen Emmets, I'll get into that shortly, but the Lanlear are still keeping pace with them in case there is any sort of a slip out, but they might run out of time. Lanlear 415 to 8. It was Paul Callan, another man that featured on the 3A team. He got the 2 first half goals, one really early and then one at the end of the first half. Then Paddy McLaughlin, he featured as well, and Shane Rogers got 2 goals. Breen McGuinness got a goal at the start of the second half, and then a late goal, the 6th goal of the night, coming from Killian Gregory. Glyde and the Pastry Blackrock. That game will be played next Wednesday the 10th. So yeah, let's look at the tables, because there's a lot of, like, you're going to go on the Loud GA website, you're going to get annoyed. So just hang on and bear with it, because I have the way it is, the way the lay of the land is here. The Kevins are now top on 24 points, and the Rallies are now second on 22 points. So the Gales are now right down to third, and Hunterstown are just 1 point behind them now after the win tonight. So it's all in their hands, in the Kevins and the Rallies' hands. They play each other next week, and that's going to be an absolutely massive game. That is going to be a hell of a game. I think that game is in the Gaelic grounds. I'm nearly sure it's all ticket affair. Yeah, it's next Tuesday at 7:30. So it's not going to be on this Saturday. It's going to be on next Tuesday in the Gaelic grounds. So Adam Duffy got the goal for the Westerns. Thanks very much for sending that in to the Western stalwarts. He got the goal. Justin Cunningham got 4 points. He also got a mention in that 3A team as well. A Wardy mention too. He's got a couple of vital scores. But yes, let's go back to the bottom of Division 2. So you have the Finbars on 5 points, and the Plunkets still on 7, but the Plunkets still have a chance to leapfrog Kilkerley, and the O'Connells have done themselves a massive favour tonight with that win. They pushed themselves right up there with the Joes. But with 2 games remaining, all the Finbars can hope for is 11 points at the win their 2 games. So yeah, that was just another loss, and that was kind of the last kind of chance they had. But really tight squeeze at the top there. And then in Division 1, when you look at it, the Pats are flying at the top of that bottom 6. The Geraldines have eased the pressure. Like I said, they're up now to 14 points. The Mahonys are kind of down there now because the Dreadnoughts have leapfrogged them with 12 points. They're on 11, and the Dreadnoughts are on 10, and Cooley are on 9. So that's going to go right down to the wire. See, are those two? Who's playing who next this Saturday? We'll have another league all about it, Joe. But this Saturday, it looks like, the Dreadnoughts and the Mahonys, Cooley will take on the Pats, and the Geraldines and the Feckins as well. So 2 teams that won tonight facing off. But Ardee are at the top of the table in Division 1A, and they play the Blues in the final day. And it's those two teams that are really looking to be hard to be caught, because they're both on 24 points. The Blues, I know the RD, they're playing each other, but I know the RD have the Brides next. And I think the Blues have the Martins this probably. I think it's refixed the next Tuesday, so that's going to be another humdinger of a game as well. And that is going to go right down to the wire in Division 1. And like I said, Division 3A, that is the Westerns. I think they're not fully gone. They have 2 games left and there's 6 points to play for, and the Mals have only 4 points, so they can take them. They can overleap them, but similar to the Finnmark, they'll only get a relegation playoff spot. They will not avoid a relegation or relegation playoff. The Mals play the Westerns in this Saturday, actually. But at the top, and they're still on hot on the tails, but looks like they might run out of time with Glen Emmets and 2 games remaining and 4 points the difference between the two sides. Right, result of the night. I'm going to probably give it to it's a big win for the Dreadnoughts down there. A big win for the Fechins in that dogfight. Massive win for Huddersfield. Put themselves right in the hunt for promotion and take out the Gales at the same time. Kevin's big win at home was quite good. The Clans are quite good. Lanier getting the win. RD's big win over parish rivals, Mattock. The Blues held off the Mocktas. Quite plucky. It's a lot of good performances. None real outstanding or any comebacks or anything like that. But I'll probably give it to the Fechins, who got their players back and they won by 13 points in the second half, and just reducing Cooley to 1 point, and that was a 6-pointer. Yeah, that's what I'm going to give it to. Tonight's show was brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, external cleaning services in Louth and Monaghan. I will be back again with the Cleaning Doctor on Saturday night, and then the hurling final will be on Sunday. Listen to the preview of that, and I will have the fixtures out for this week's Saturday's games as well. That'll be out tomorrow morning as well, and I'll have this re-podcasted. If you can't get to watch the shows, listen back in your own leisure on patreon.com/Loud and Proud. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for tuning in. That was tonight's League All About It show.